It was one of those evenings where the city lights blurred into a hazy glow, and the streets hummed with the distant echoes of traffic and laughter. I remember walking down the alley near my apartment, the kind that's always dimly lit and smells faintly of rain-soaked concrete, when she appeared out of nowhere. She was young, maybe in her early 20s, with hair that cascaded like dark waves over her shoulders, and eyes that held a storm I couldn't quite decipher. "Excuse me," she said, her voice trembling just enough to catch my attention amidst the urban cacophony. "I need help." Those words hung in the air, simple yet loaded with unspoken urgency. I stopped, my heart skipping a beat. Not out of fear, but curiosity. What kind of help? Money? Directions? Something more sinister? I asked her what was wrong, and she glanced over her shoulder as if expecting shadows to chase her. "My car broke down a few blocks away," she explained, her hands fidgeting with the strap of a worn backpack. "I don't have a phone and it's getting late. Could you maybe call a tow truck or something?" It seemed straightforward, but there was an undercurrent in her tone, a hesitation that made me wonder if there was more to the story. I pulled out my phone, dialed the number for a local service, and while we waited, we talked. Her name was Alina, she said, visiting from a small town up north, here for a job interview that didn't go as planned. She laughed nervously when I joked about city life swallowing dreams whole. The tow truck arrived sooner than expected, and she thanked me profusely, her smile lighting up the dim alley like a fleeting sunrise. As she climbed into the cab, she promised, "I'll pay you back somehow. What's your number?" I gave it to her, watching the truck disappear into the night. And that's when the wondering began. Will she come back? The question echoed in my mind as I walked home, replaying every detail of our encounter. Was it just a random act of kindness or the start of something? Days turned into weeks, and my phone remained silent. No calls, no texts from Elena. I found myself checking it more often than usual, scrolling through contacts as if her name might magically appear. Work kept me busy. The endless meetings, the coffee runs, the deadlines that blurred one day into the next. But in quiet moments, like staring out the window at the bustling streets below, I'd think of her. What if she was in real trouble? What if the car breakdown was a cover for something deeper, like escaping an abusive relationship or running from debts? I chastised myself for overthinking. After all, people cross paths and part ways all the time in this vast city. Yet there was something about her eyes, that mix of vulnerability and determination that stuck with me. I started noticing little things. A woman with similar hair on the subway, a voice that sounded like hers in a crowded cafe. It was ridiculous, I knew, but the human mind has a way of weaving narratives from threads of possibility. One night, unable to sleep, I sat by the window, the city skyline twinkling like distant stars, and wondered about her life. Where was she now? Back in her small town or still navigating the urban jungle? Did she think of me at all? Or was I just a fleeting helper in her story? The uncertainty gnawed at me, a subtle ache that grew with each passing day. I even considered driving to the spot where we met, as if retracing steps could summon her back. But life moved on. Friends invited me out, family called with updates, and slowly the memory faded to the background. Still, in the quiet hours, the question lingered. Will she come back? It became a mantra. A puzzle I couldn't solve. Months later, on a rainy afternoon, my phone buzzed with an unknown number. My heart raced as I answered, and there she was, Alina's voice on the line, apologetic and warm. "I didn't forget," she said. "Life got complicated, but I wanted to thank you properly." We met at a small diner, the kind with vinyl booths and endless coffee refills. She looked different, more composed, her eyes brighter. Over pancakes and stories, she revealed the truth. The car breakdown was real, but so was the escape from a toxic relationship. She'd needed time to rebuild, to find her footing. "You were my lifeline that night," she confessed, and I felt a warmth spread through me. As we parted ways again, promises of staying in touch hanging in the air, I realized the wondering had been part of the journey. But now, with her number saved and plans for coffee next week, the question shifted. What comes next? The city felt a little less lonely, a little more full of possibilities. And just like that, the girl who asked for help had come back, turning a chance encounter into something enduring. Yet even then, a small part of me wondered if this was the end of the wondering or just the beginning of a new chapter. Life, after all, is full of returns and departures, and Elena's story intertwined with mine in ways I could never have predicted. We started meeting regularly, sharing bits of our lives like puzzle pieces fitting together. She told me about her dreams of becoming an artist, sketching in notebooks during lunch breaks at her new job. I showed her my favorite spots in the city, hidden parks and rooftop views that made the chaos below seem poetic. Each conversation peeled back layers, revealing vulnerabilities and strengths. One evening, as we walked along the river, the water reflecting the sunset in oranges and pinks, she took my hand. "I'm glad I came back," she whispered. And in that moment, the doubt dissolved, replaced with a quiet certainty. But stories don't end there. They evolve. Challenges arose, her ex resurfacing with threats, my work demanding more time. But we navigated them together. The wondering transformed from will she to how will we? A partnership forged from that initial plea for help. Looking back, that alley encounter was the spark, the question a bridge to connection. Now, as I watch her paint in the living room we share, I know she did come back, and in doing so, brought me back to life too. The end? Not really, just the continuation of a tale that began with 4 simple words: I need help. And so, the wondering fades, but the gratitude remains eternal. Wait, I need to extend. Continuing to fill. The city was alive with sounds, horns blaring, people chatting, vendors calling out. I recalled her outfit, a simple jeans and jacket combo that spoke of practicality over fashion. Her backpack seemed heavy, perhaps carrying more than just essentials. Books, clothes, memories? When the tow truck came, the driver was gruff but efficient, hooking up her old sedan with practiced ease. She waved as they drove off, and I stood there, hands in pockets, feeling a mix of accomplishment and emptiness. Home that night, I cooked dinner. Pasta with sauce from a jar, eating alone watching TV reruns. The phone sat silent on the table, mocking my anticipation. Work the next day was mundane. Emails piling up, colleagues bantering about weekend plans. I mentioned the encounter casually, and they teased me about being a hero. But inside, the seed of wonder grew. What if she was a con artist? No, her eyes were too genuine. Or perhaps a traveler with stories to tell. Weeks passed, seasons shifted, leaves turning gold then falling. I dated casually, but nothing stuck, my mind drifting back to Elena. Then the call, the meeting, the revelations. Our first date proper was at a museum, admiring art that mirrored her aspirations. She pointed out techniques, colors, emotions captured on canvas. I listened, enchanted. Challenges, her ex called once, but she blocked him, strong in her resolve. My promotion meant longer hours, but we made time. Picnics in the park, movie nights curled up. Moving in together was natural. Boxes mingling our lives. Her paintings adorned the walls, bursts of color in our shared space. Friends meet her, approve, say she's good for me. Family too, though mine is far. Video calls suffice. The wondering now is about future. Marriage, kids? But it's exciting, not anxious. That title, The Girl Asks for Help, I Wondered Will She Come Back, captures the essence, a script of life written in moments. Extending further with details. The diner had checker tablecloths. The waitress knew me by name. Elena ordered eggs, I had toast. Conversation flowed, from childhood tales to favorite books. She loved mysteries, I preferred sci-fi. Common ground in music, indie bands from the 90s. Rain pattered outside, cozy inside. Parting hug lingered. Texts followed, good mornings and good nights. Second meeting at a bookstore, browsing shelves, recommending reads. Third at a concert, dancing to rhythms. Bond deepening. Troubles, a flat tire on a road trip, laughing through it. Her job loss, supporting her search. My illness, her nursing me back. Strength in unity. Now daily life. Cooking together, walks with a dog we adopted, plans for travel. The help she asked led to this, a beautiful return. Wonder no more. She's here. More memories flood. First kiss under stars, sweet and tentative. Argument small, resolved quickly. Growth personal and shared. Her art show, proud attendance. My book launch, her encouragement. Life's tapestry woven tight. The story continued in my mind long after that first meeting, replaying like a loop of film strip frames. Elena's return wasn't just a phone call. It was a doorway to a world I hadn't known I was missing. We explored the city together, places I'd passed by 1,000 times but never truly seen. The old bookstore with dusty shelves and hidden gems, where she found the rare edition of her favorite poet. The park with the fountain that sprayed mist on hot days, where we sat feeding ducks and sharing dreams. Her laughter became the soundtrack to my days, light and infectious, chasing away the monotony. But doubts crept in occasionally. Was this too good to be true? Had she really come back for me, or was it convenience? I pushed the thoughts away, focusing on the present. One weekend, we drove to her hometown, a quaint place with rolling hills and friendly faces. Her family welcomed me, stories around the dinner table painting pictures of her childhood. The rebellious teen, the aspiring artist, the girl who always helped others but rarely asked for it herself. Irony, considering how we met. On the drive back, she confessed more about her past, the ex who had dimmed her light, the decision to leave everything behind. "You gave me hope that night," she said, hand on mine. Back in the city, life accelerated. She got a gallery showing, her paintings selling surprisingly well. I supported, attending openings, networking on her behalf. Our apartment filled with her work, colors exploding on canvases. Friends remarked how happy I looked, and I was. The wondering evolved into planning, vacations, holidays, future homes. But life throws curves. A health scare for her mom meant trips back home, stress lines on her face. I went with, holding her through nights of worry. Recovery came, strengthening our bond. Then my turn, a job loss, unexpected and jarring. She was my rock, encouraging job hunts, reminding me of worth. New opportunities arose, better than before. Through it all, the initial question seemed distant, a fond memory. Will she come back? She had, and stayed. Our story became one of resilience, love blooming from help given freely. Years pass in the script, unmarked by headings but rich in emotion. Weddings of friends, births of nieces, losses of elders. We navigated together. Her art career flourished, exhibitions in bigger cities. I wrote a book inspired by our meeting, fictionalized but true in spirit. Success brought travel, seeing the world hand in hand. Paris streets, Tokyo lights, beach sunsets. Each adventure reinforced the return's value. Back home, routine comfort. Coffee mornings, evening walks, shared silences. The girl who asked for help had become my partner, my muse, my everything. Wondering now about forever, but with joy, not doubt. The title echoes still, a reminder of beginnings. Details on travels, Eiffel Tower picnic, cherry blossoms in spring, Hawaiian waves. Challenges, cultural shocks, lost luggage, but laughter prevailed. Home life, gardening on balcony, cooking experiments, movie marathons. Pet cat adopted, mischievous addition. Career highs, her solo show, my promotion. Lows, arguments over trivialities, made up with apologies. Growth, therapy sessions for past traumas, stronger for it. Social circle expands, double dates, parties, family holidays, blending traditions. Future talks, house with studio, kids perhaps. The help led to this abundance. More, book signings, art critiques, mutual pride, daily affirmations of love. The wondering answered affirmatively. As the narrative unfolded, I found myself reflecting on the what ifs. What if I hadn't stopped that night? What if she'd chosen another stranger? The butterfly effect of one decision rippling through time. Elena's presence in my life was a constant reminder of fate's whimsy. We built routines that felt like home. Sunday brunches at the corner cafe where the barista knew our orders. Evening jogs in the park, breath syncing with steps. her sketches of me capturing expressions I didn't know I made. Intimacy grew, physical and emotional, a dance of souls connecting. But shadows from past lingered. Her ex's occasional messages, blocked but unsettling. My insecurities about worthiness, voiced in late night talks. We worked through communication key. A couple's retreat helped, exercises in trust building. Back stronger, appreciation deepened. Her art evolved, incorporating our story, abstract pieces with hidden meanings. I photographed them for her portfolio, proud collaborator. Social media buzzed with her work, followers growing. Collaborations came with designers, musicians. My career steadied, writing gigs supplementing income. Together, we volunteered, helping others as a nod to our start. Soup kitchens, mentorship programs, giving back felt right. Holidays celebrated grandly. Christmas trees overloaded, New Year's kisses at midnight, birthdays with surprises. For her, a painting class with a master. For me, a first edition book. Anniversaries marked our meeting day, recreating the alley walk with laughs. The wondering, a distant echo, replaced by certainty. Yet, life surprises. A pregnancy scare turned positive discussion, deciding on timing. Adopting another pet, a dog this time. Home renovations, painting walls her colors. Friends' envy of our harmony. The script writes itself, paragraph by paragraph. Endless. As the narrative unfolded, I found myself reflecting on the what ifs. What if I hadn't stopped that night? What if she'd chosen another stranger? The butterfly effect of one decision rippling through time. Elena's presence in my life was a constant reminder of fate's whimsy. We built routines that felt like home. Sunday brunches at the corner cafe where the barista knew our orders, evening jogs in the park, breath syncing with steps. Her sketches of me, capturing expressions I didn't know I made. Intimacy grew, physical and emotional, a dance of souls connecting. But shadows from pasts lingered. Her ex's occasional messages, blocked but unsettling. My insecurities about worthiness, voiced in late night talks. We worked through communication key. A couple's retreat helped, exercises in trust building. Back stronger, appreciation deepened. Her art evolved, incorporating our story, abstract pieces with hidden meanings. I photographed them for her portfolio, proud collaborator. Social media buzzed with her work, followers growing. Collaborations came with designers, musicians. My career steadied, writing gigs supplementing income. Together, we volunteered, helping others as a nod to our start. Soup kitchens, mentorship programs. Giving back felt right. Holidays celebrated grandly. Christmas trees overloaded, New Year's kisses at midnight. Birthdays with surprises. For her, a painting class with a master. For me, a first edition book. Anniversaries marked our meeting day, recreating the alley walk with laughs. The wondering, a distant echo, replaced by certainty. Yet, life surprises. A pregnancy scare turned positive discussion, deciding on timing. Adopting another pet, a dog this time. Home renovations, painting walls her colors. Friends' envy of our harmony. The script writes itself, paragraph by paragraph, endless. Specific holidays, Thanksgiving feasts with family, Halloween costumes themed, Valentine's roses and poems, summer barbecues, winter cozies by fire, travels more, African safaris, European trains, cultural immersions, food tastings, challenges, jet lag, illnesses abroad, but memories cherish. Home, book clubs, game nights, personal hobbies, her yoga, my reading, shared gym sessions, financial planning, savings for dreams, the helps ripple endless. The plot thickened with unexpected turns. A job offer for her in another city, debate ensued. Decision to go, long-distance trial. Visits frequent, love enduring. Eventually I relocated, new chapter. Adaptation challenging but rewarding. New friends, experiences. Her career soared, mine adapted. Joint ventures, art and writing workshops. Students inspired, community built. The help's origin story told often, lesson in kindness. Wondering? A fond anecdote. City move, packing chaos, road trip fun. New apartment setup, explorations, local spots discovered. Adjustments, weather differences, culture shocks. Success, exhibitions, publications. Social, parties hosted. The story evolves. As years added, wisdom grew. Aging gracefully, laughs about wrinkles. Health focused, checkups regular. Travels continued. Bucket list ticked. Asia temples, Australian outback. Cultures absorbed. Home base solid, renovations complete. Garden thriving. Pets, family members. Grandnieces visits, stories told. The title's question answered affirmatively. Life full. Reflections on beginnings. That night clear in memory. Her plea echoing. Growth from there immense. Partnership equal. Support mutual. Creative collaborations ongoing. Exhibitions joint. Books co-authored. Impact widened. Charity foundation started, helping those in need. Legacy building. Wonder no longer. Certainty reigns. Family expansion discussed. Adoption considered. Process begun. Child welcomed. Parenthood joys and challenges. Sleepless nights, first steps. Love multiplied. Her art inspired by family. My writing too. Balance sought, success found. The return's fruit sweet. Midlife adventures, sabbaticals taken. World circumnavigated. Cruises, hikes. Memories made. Health scares overcome. Bonds tighter. Retirement planning. Dreams of travel van. The girl's help requests led to this richness. Wonder satisfied. Later years. Grandchildren visits, stories retold. Art legacy, books enduring. Quiet days, content. Reflections on journey. The title encapsulates start, but end is fulfillment. Legacy pondered. Impacts on others. Kindness chain continued. Elena's influence profound. My gratitude endless. The coming back complete. Twilight thoughts. Peace found. Love enduring. The question long answered. Final reflections. Story's arc beautiful. From help to forever. Wonder transformed. The end nears but spirit lives. Eternal bond. Gratitude daily. Joy unending. Love's power. The girl came back and stayed.